Okay, hello my people over there. Today I'm going to be doing for you some image manipulation or photo editing, and we are editing these photographs that have been taken by me myself, and these are photographs that have been taken with overexposed settings with the Canon Mark III G7X camera. It's a new camera for me, and I'm really making big new strides with this camera. This camera can really do great stuff when you use it like this, for example. Here you can see my paintings on the wall. So this is a mixed media type of art we are trying to create, and you can see my portfolio page in my description of this video. I try to get more people to see this stuff because I feel that it's kind of I don't know, revolutionary way to make art, but I feel that it's a stepping stone at least to what and how we did abstract expressionism in the days past, you know. So it's not a fully digital art. These are photographs, and I have used RGB lighting in combination with photography and with fashion clothes. Some of these shapes, for example, this shape over here comes out of my fedora hat. Can you believe that? And in these photographs I had my Italian suit by Paul Smith. And I have actually been in association with Paul Smith, the clothing manufacturer, this summer, and I shared with them this process. It was a kind of crude video, and the pictures were not that good, but I basically got them to understand the how I took the photographs out of the picture, out of the clothes, you know. But now I'm just editing these pictures. There will be a full-on video in the future where I show you the process of how I actually take those, and I try to make it. I'm going to try to make it pretty style also. So it's going to be fascinating, maybe even entertaining. But this stuff, I feel it's more geared towards the people that, you know, just like colors, or just, you know, like if you really love fashion, you know, I believe that, you know, what I'm creating over here is something that is going to be branching your horizons. I want to branch your horizons to pretty far and wide, you know. There's a lot of stuff that, for example, can be done over here. This thing, it actually comes out of the suit, you know. The light is hitting the suit, you know. I don't know what was the thing called, you know, on the suit, you know. You have that, you know, that kind of thing, and you know, you would never guess that. You would never guess how these pictures are actually like taken, and it's a kind of a secret art, or a kind of, you know, I don't know what you would call it. It's not there's nothing really that, like, it's pretty amazing, but there's nothing so to be a secretive about it, because really nobody can do this. I feel that there are so many variables like already, that yeah, you can go and you can recreate. And I want to see some other people start doing abstract art like this, but I feel that there's so much, you know, there's so much skills I learned in my art journey that are now being used in making this stuff, you know. So I'm not really afraid that somebody will try to like replicate or do his own style of what I'm doing, because this is what I want to see photography be taken to next. So, oh yeah, so I added another layer over here. So I keep doing this kind of stuff that I make. I combine layers try to make good compositions. That's the I would say that that's the only thing I really think about when I look at pictures. You know, yeah, I think about all the facets. You know, the colors and all the colors and well, if it's representational, the subject matter. But really, when I look at art, you know, like the most important thing in art is composition. You can make any fucking shit look good if it's compositionally done right. You know. And what do I mean by that is that in composition you have this thing called push and pull. Look at this picture. Does it feel balanced to you as a whole? Is there some the eye should like rest, you know, because art should be an experience of like resting. So the eye shouldn't be strained to the eye shouldn't be like commanded like go or here. It should be resting when it looks at the picture. That's what I feel that we are aiming for over here. And keep in mind that I'm a Finnish dude, so I'm doing something that is kind of challenging at the same time as I'm trying to speak a language that is not my you know kind of how would I say it, you know, not my mother tongue as yeah. So it's a challenge on top of a challenge. So it's you know that matches. So now we're going to be modifying this layer, but we are going to be doing something to this. We're gonna be doing something to this also. Before we do that, we are gonna change around the colors and look at the composition again. You see how the composition actually changes when you emphasize different colors. The balance of the picture kind of changes. Over here we have too much balance, we have too much weight on the right side. Over here we are kind of like getting, you know, it's not, the picture doesn't work on its own, so we have to keep trying. Okay, so yeah, this picture is I feel it's pretty awesome. I feel it's pretty awesome at this point because you get this kind of you know shape over here that points over here, and I feel that it's getting kind of balanced. There's some rhythm over here. These lines have a certain rhythm. There's a big block of color over here, and I feel that yeah, this is getting somewhere. This is getting somewhere. And I would hope that my art, I was talking yesterday in this local art exhibition place, and I showed my art portfolio to the guy. I've been getting a lot of insight from the dude there, and he kind of posed an idea that I should keep this art as an internet thing, as an internet art. But I also feel kind of that it could be an art that could kind of, I would say like, it could be an art that could like travel, you could say. I would want to do like at some point, you know, exhibitions in some, you know, style places, you know, like it's really the states of, you know, like, you know, those some of those artists that get exhibitions all around the world, that kind of stuff. Of course I would want to be that kind of artist, and I feel that with this kind of art it would be actually pretty easily like achievable, you know, because it's kind of digital, you know, it's kind of digital. It's not really digital. It's not really digital art, because it doesn't digital art mean that you start with nothing on the computer. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe in digital art you can use all kinds of things that have been taken out of reality, all kinds of textures and that kind of stuff. But we're not doing that over here. That's not my goal and not my aim, and it's just not my fucking style, you know. Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's just not my style. So I feel that this won't be my best picture ever, but but there's something interesting going on in it, you know. So I want to take it to the end. Okay, let's save that. And now let's see if we can use this picture in some other way. I like the composition over here. This one looks so pretty interesting, but you know, it's too busy, you know. I feel that this one is more minimalistic. It's more minimalistic, and I want to create something with like strong. I like that color against all of this other stuff. Like that's it's really it doesn't feel ready or like finished, but there's something really interesting in these pictures because they start to get this kind of depth in them. I don't know if it's due to the camera that happens, or like what is it, but there's some kind of musicality over here, like in these pictures, some kind of musicality. Yeah. That feels like too washed out, you know. It's really interesting actually that when you look at some art piece that is really washed out, and then you look at it again when you do some layer over here that it's more intense, you know. The washed out version looks really like bland, you know. uh, and you don't see that before you try something else, you know. I don't know if you kind of cracked what I was going for over there. I don't know if we should like maybe change. Oh yeah, I forgot to change this program to the English language, but you basically get what is going on over here. This is contrast, this is black, this is white. It's white, you know. You kind of get what I'm going on for over here. This won't be my best abstraction maybe, but there's something really funny. I mean something really musical. This like from the far away, these look like note lines, you know, like note lines. I'm not really sure where this shape came from. I have to figure that out, you know. I'm gonna show you where it came from. So I feel that that's finished. I feel that that's finished. Now let's look at the okay. Okay, so yeah, the picture where these lines kind of came from. I think that's we used this picture. Like are those the same lines? I'm not really sure, but it's the same principle, you know. Here we have the RGB light. It's a video light that kind of changes color, and that's the reason I got the different layers to be different color. And when you take the photo out of it, this is my hand movement, you know. This is my hand movement. I kind of did this wave type of form with my hand when I took the picture. And when you have the light like that, it leaves these trails, you know, because the light is kind of in the shot but out of the shot at the same time. So you know, I probably went something like this, you know, with the camera, like this, kind of an archaeological type of like endeavor. I don't remember. And here were the paintings. So in the end we got to this, and I like I like that picture, you know. There's something really like intense, but at the same time really something pretty soothing and like peaceful about it, you know. I like the picture. It's maybe not my best one, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna push it any further. So thanks for watching, and we are gonna look at the versions next. Oh yeah, what the heck, we have a great layer over here, so we are gonna we're gonna try to push this picture a little further still, and we're gonna try to get something interesting to happen over here. We're gonna see if this layer, you know, it kind of matches, you know, that. So we're gonna keep trying. I don't know if anything will come out of this, but we're gonna keep trying to make the composition a little bit more interesting. Okay, we're gonna slap a picture of a flower over here. I have done some of these pictures so that, you know, they are kind of, you know, mixed in a sense that they also have, you know, nature photography in them. So they have a couple of different types of photography done in them at the same time, and that can be also pretty interesting. So if we try like make that layer a bit more, you know, see through, you know, like that, like, would that be interesting? Get some natural shapes, you know, on the background, some clouds maybe. Okay, here's this. This is getting kind of crazy, you know, at the point. But you know, there's this picture that I have for you over here about of a sunset. You know, I actually took this yesterday, and well, all of these pictures have been taken yesterday, but except this flower one. But I'm gonna do this over here in the bottom layer, and I'm going to be making those trees kind of show through. You see that? See that we gain this kind of natural feeling, you know. I was looking because these have been taken out of, you know, Paul Smith clothes. It's a clothing brand from United Kingdom, and this clothing designer guy. And in some of their clothes, you know, they have very natural type of designs and birds and flowers and that kind of stuff. But in some of their, you know, holy shit, we're going to the next level. Now this is starting to look so much more. There's something much more interesting about the picture because it has some natural shapes in it, like layered in there. It starts to look more like interesting, but maybe a bit too busy, you know. So the white I want those, you know, you see this how it like shows through. Like I want some kind of, you know, I want that, you know, to like emphasize more. When you turn up the if we take this slider a bit down, you know, and with this you know, it's a balance. It's all about art is all about balance. That white block is just too much, you know, it's just too much. Yeah, the white block is just too much. I can't get this picture to work. I'm pretty sure about that. I can't get it to work because the white block is just too much, maybe. Yeah. Some other if you had mastery over like Photoshop or something, you would have more control over the picture. So I have to in this art I have to kind of rely on my overall understanding of what pictures I'm going to use and what not, and that kind of stuff. So it would be a bit different if I had mastery over that, something like Photoshop, you know. I could just change that part of the picture, not the whole picture. That probably that kind of stuff, but I can go around that. I can go around those things in the process. Okay, let's try to resolve that. Let's not give up. So when I look at the pictures I have taken, I kind of go in my mind that like this, that I'm trying to look for a shape that has a strong thing on the right side, for example. Like I'm trying to look for something that could make this composition kind of work, you know. And then I find something, maybe. Yeah. I maybe find something, and then I keep pushing it a little further still. So you're starting to see this looks like a book, you know. It looks, oh holy shit. Like man, that's pretty great, but it's kind of this. I don't want this to feel like it's like so many photographs on top of each other. I want to feel it. It has to feel like a whole. It has to feel like a whole, you know. So you know that's really interesting. You know, there's some magical qualities in that. You see how this shape actually, I think this shape comes out of a different picture, but it kind of, you know, like I don't know what kind of magic is like at play over here, but that looks great. It looks fucking great, you know. And with this type of art, it's really it's very different than when you paint, because when you paint and you keep pushing the thing further and further and further, you can get to the point where you have buzzed up the picture. But here it's different because you can always save the layers that work, and you can take bigger risks with the picture. You can really go all out on it, and that's why I like this. And if I tell you the story again of how I've actually found out to make this kind of art, it happened because I was doing some weightlifting in my past, and a lot of art. I drew a lot in the forest. I have the drawings, you know, you have probably seen some of them, my videos. And I drew a lot of pictures and I did a lot of abstract painting and that kind of stuff. Then I started getting these joint problems in my fingers, hands, muscles, and the the elbows, you know. And I had to heal that, and that took a lot of time. Took a lot of time, and in that time, I kind of tried all kinds of funny stuff. I painted with old clothes, you know. I painted some abstract, like really big, bold type of abstract paintings with old clothes, and I kind of felt that I can't do good art like this. This is not the way. And then I at some point I was walking and I was listening to an audiobook by I don't know what it was called. It was called something like it was a book about the present moment, basically. And I was taking photographs, and I kind of put the camera on manual, and I kind of fiddled around with the settings. And the guy in the audiobook said something like, if we let a little bit more light in there, something like that. And then I took a picture, and holy shit, there came out of this, you know, this kind of abstract artifact. I was like blown away. I was at the moment like, holy shit, like what happened? And then I started doing it more and more and more. You know, I went around. I had like this knee problem also because of all the cycling I did. I kind of modified my body. I kind of modified my body to kind of find my way in life, I would say. And and then I started taking those pictures, and then I developed it further, tried different, you know, subject matter as the starting point. Then just, you know, a few months ago I started no, actually like a half year ago, I would say, I discovered, you know, how I could use fashion in this. And now I'm doing like multi-layered pictures of using all kinds of funny stuff, you know, or here, you know, or like nature photography, fashion, fucking LED lights, you know, like, you know, it's just a huge mess, you know. But you know, you look at the picture, it has ton of energy. Yeah, I have heard from some people this kind of feedback that I'm a pretty high energy type of person, and I always kind of energize people up. Well, that's what I try to do, and I feel that uh, I want my art to have a psychological impact. And for example, this picture is a really, well, it's kind of dangerous at the same time, but it's really high energy, you know. And I like that about that version. So now let's take it. Now let's make it a little bit more different, maybe dark. And you see how much possibility we have over here. Like you, I have also noticed that with some fabrics that I have used in, like I have used in this with the clothes, you know, some fabrics create a different kind of feel. They almost look like brush strokes, you know. Uh, I try to make that kind of, you know, this could be done with a really, you know, round type, you know, this could be a round type of brush, and this could be more like type of round, like a smaller type of round. This could be maybe done on something like a sponge, you know. And I try to create this kind of feel, and I feel that the way I have started to understand this layering type of process in the picture, it basically it comes from all the, like, the manipulation of paint, you know. I have some of these videos on my channel where you see me uh, like just you know, handle abstract paint, you know, do all kinds of like funny abstract things with acrylics and oils, you know, for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. You can see those videos on my channel. It's just they're some of them are just silent, and some of them have music on the background. And I used to do this painting style where I had the music on the background and I painted in the rhythm. Oh, holy shit! I painted in the rhythm of the. I want that picture. Like, holy shit, you know, that's interesting, you know. And you see we can flip around the colors so funnily and easily and fast compared to like painting, for example. Yeah, I actually met this dude in this town that just few days ago that showed his paintings also. And I showed my portfolio also to the guy. And I feel that this picture kind of was inspired also by him. And I also could like talk over here. I'm pretty much done with this picture. I feel I'm pretty done with this picture pretty soon. I feel, but man, like this was really a great one, you know. Sometimes it happens that I look at some, you know, version of the thing and I kind of go that, yeah, that's a great one. But then you go back a little bit and you kind of realize maybe it's not so good, you know. Like, for example, I got that feeling with that picture, so I'm gonna save it. But I don't know. You see how we go from complexity into simplicity, and from simplicity into complexity, and from colorful into dark, and from dark into colorful, and from light into white, from white into black, and from black into white, you know, that type of thing. And at the end, you know, yeah, I feel with artists, you know, it's that nobody can do art fully. What I mean by that is that all artists have different kind of art. So yeah, all artists have different kind of art that they do, and they kind of play into each other, and it's a piece of a puzzle, like you see over here in the on the wall. You see my paintings, and this is the starting point. We used this layer. I'm gonna go through these pictures because I feel that was the final picture I'm gonna do out of that. And then we had this one. This had some materiality out of the fabrics I used. Yeah, and then we got into this and this and this and this, and yeah, we started adding layers on top of layers, and then we kind of got into this kind of. I feel that this is a great picture. It's not maybe art. This doesn't feel like art maybe, but it's art, but it kind of doesn't feel very full in itself. So then we got to this level, and here we are starting to really like get somewhere. I feel that this picture is really good. This picture is really good, and also this one. But I don't know about this. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. But we keep continuing on. Here we have a flower, and here we put on the natural type of shapes. And you see how in the blacks they don't show, and in the whites they show better. You understand the shades or the values in the pictures, and you can use that to your advantage. And yeah, I used to do black and white painting, so it was also all a learning process to like this, and this is probably a learning process to something else. But at some point, in art, you have kind of you are starting to get those you are starting to get that your own style, you would say. Yeah, that's the final picture, and it looks beautiful. I think I think that's really beautiful, like type of. It's simplistic, it's natural, it's it's bright, it's you know pretty feminine colors and that kind of stuff. I like that. Now let's go back again, and there's some versions of it. You can check my art portfolio. I'm probably going to be doing. I don't know. Some pictures, I put all the versions over there, all the best versions, but you see how this happened. That was something like an half an hour. It's usually that if I make 2 of these pictures, they usually take about half an hour to finish, and I'm pretty, my brain really feels like freaking burnout at that point, because you have to do so much evaluation, and I feel that that's great. We have also some light, and that was hard thing to do in abstract painting, but with photography, it feels like it's live. Yeah, I like this picture, but you get some graining here, but I feel that that's just part of it. Yeah, the graining in this picture is nothing bad, because it's kind of uniform in every part. There's no single part of the picture that is like so out of whack with everything else. I like this one over here also. You know, really interesting shades of purple and red, and like brownish type of great color scheme, I feel. So you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow my portfolio page. That's where I put my art into. I don't have an Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, because it takes time. And if you want to share some of my pictures somewhere, go ahead and do it, but just mention that it's made by Truth Detective, and do some linkage to my content, maybe my portfolio page, something like that. Some of my pictures have been signed. This one, it's so well balanced that I'm not going to sign this. So thanks for watching.